Hi YouTube. Today we're going to look at my everyday carry Fixit kit. Now the purpose of this is something that will fit in my jacket pocket or bag. Is to manage minor issues, to fix clothing, loose or broken items, minor cuts, first aid. It's not a survival kit unless you're talking about surviving minor issues, minor disasters. The other thing is that for me it must be suitable for travel, so it's got to be flight friendly. Just before we go into the Fixit kit itself, just to remember things that I'll normally have on me anyway. So I'll have my keychain, which has the small flashlight. In this case it's an Olight i3E EOS, and I have the Gerber Shard. The benefit of that is that that's flight friendly, so I can take that with me anywhere. If I'm in the UK, then I'll have the Midnite manager, and this is a very small knife, but it has a very sharp knife, scissors, 2 screwdrivers, flat and Phillips, a nail file, a bottle opener, a cap lifter, a light and a pen. So I already have the basics with me there in my pocket. Let's start with the pouch itself. In this case, it's one that I'm reusing. It was a pouch from a headphone set that I had a long time ago. I'm quite tight, so I do like to reuse things where I can. When this wears out, then I'll consider looking at something else. The other thing that I've used previously is the small pouches that you sometimes get when you fly business. I'm lucky enough to do that sometimes, but really any small pouch will do. The important thing is that it's got a decent zip and that it unzips at least halfway. I prefer it not to zip all the way round because otherwise things can fall out, and it needs to be soft so it can easily fit in a pocket without it feeling uncomfortable. So let's look inside the pouch and see what I've got in this kit. First of all, I have a Fresnel lens. Now this is quite useful because it has a number of functions. It has a very small ruler. It could be used as a fire starter, although I haven't tested this. When it comes to the summer and there's a decent amount of sun here in the UK, then I'll try it out and I'll maybe report back. The most important thing for me is that it's a magnifying glass. So if I ever lose my spectacles and I'm pretty poor at reading without them, then I can use this. Or even with my spectacles, if I've got some very small writing, I can use this. So that works really well. It came in this small sleeve. It wasn't expensive. I think it was about 50 pence. So I guess that's about 50 cents. It's almost 1 to 1 now. So that's the first thing. Next we have my mini medicine pack. This contains 3 medicines that are quite specific to me that I find useful when I'm traveling or out and about. First of all, we have cold and flu capsules. These contain paracetamol, caffeine and phenylephrine hydrochloride, which is a nasal decongestant. I find these useful when I'm flying sometimes if I'm a bit bunged up. They help to make the trip more comfortable. Secondly, there's Immodium. Any loperamide will do. I have 2 tablets here, which should give relief from diarrhea for somewhere between about 4 to 24 hours. It really depends on the individual. Really useful when traveling and should give respite from diarrhea long enough to get home, should you be affected. Finally, there's aspirin and paracetamol. I find this the best pain relief if I have a headache, and again, the 2 tablets should be enough until I can get some more medication or just until I can get home. I hope you've found this useful. It has to be something that is very specific to you. You will have your own medicines of choice. So I'm not recommending these specifically. I just know that these are the ones that I use the most often. The small pouch, I got the idea from one of John Gadget's videos. You can get these on eBay or Amazon. It just helps to keep these together in my overall pouch. Next, we have my mini first aid kit. Let me just just get that out. And there are just two parts to this. There's one large square plaster, and then within this pouch there are just a few simple plasters or band-aids and some antiseptic wipes. So I've got 2 wipes there and an additional 4 band-aids or plasters. These are really ideal. I have children and grandkids, so that comes in handy a lot, or with myself. Next we have my emergency money. So I keep £20. I'm based in the UK. It's always handy to have that, as I nearly always have this with me. I also have a small amount of gaffer tape. It's not a lot, but it's just for a few small things. In case I need to fix it, it's great for taping things up. Then I have a sewing kit. So I found this really useful if I lose buttons. There are actually a couple of buttons in there. I've added some larger safety pins as well. And I've got 2 of these sewing kits. They're similar to the ones that you get in a hotel. I think I bought these on eBay. They were about 20p each, but I think I had to buy quite a few, so I've given a lot of these away. And the idea why I have 2 is so I have 1 to give away to a colleague or family or friends if they need it. Last few items, 3 cable ties. These are fairly small, but you can link them together. I found those really useful at times. Then there's a small tube of super glue. This particular one is single use. It's not a good idea to try and put the cap back on. I guess in theory you could use it for some medical emergencies if you have an open wound that needs to be glued together, but this isn't specifically medical super glue. And then last of all, I have a spare AAA battery. So this suits both my keychain flashlight and the other flashlight that I have as well. So hopefully you'll see there's quite a few things in here. I try to pack as much into this as I can without making it too bulky, and I find it invaluable as a dad and a granddad. I work in an office and I have frequent travel. Let me know what you think of it in the comments and any ideas that you have for how to improve it. This isn't an end point, and I'm always looking to make it better. I just wanted to give a shout out to John Gadget and Ben Valak. Their videos gave me some great inspiration for putting this together. I will be working on a mini toolkit as well, so look out for that video coming in a few videos time. Thanks again for watching. Hope to catch you in the next